I'm a good person. Submitted by Woofy17. I'm a good person. I am a loving person. Every day, I wake up. I help my 10-year-old daughter get ready for school, then prepare breakfast for both of us. After that, we will walk, hand in hand, to her school. At her school, I will kiss her goodbye, pat her back, and tell her I love her. I will wait at the gate, waving at my daughter, until she disappears behind that corridor. I am a kind person. After sending my daughter to school, I begin walking to work. I smile at people I pass, giving them small encouragements as I walk on by. On the way to work, I also see many, too many, homeless people, along the road. Out of the kindness in my heart, I never fail to dig out some loose change in my pockets to give to them, hoping to bring some relief to their suffering. I am a helpful person. During work, there will always be those few people, who don't quite seem to understand some simple things. But it's alright. No matter what kind of problems they face, from printer problems to Excel problems, I will always lend them a helping hand. I will put down my work, and help them until they figure out their problems. I am a selfless person. After work, I am not like everyone else. I don't get in my luxury sports car, and drive back home to lie on the sofa or stare at the television. No, not me. Instead, I will head to the nearby nursing home, to help volunteer there. I will help with the cooking, some cleaning, or maybe simply just lend a listening ear to the abandoned old folks. I enjoy volunteering there a lot, and the people there feel the same way towards me. As you can see, I am a good person. After volunteering, I immediately head back home. After all, my daughter is probably home already. The first thing I do as I reach home, is to give my precious daughter a hug. I will listen to her day carefully, and talk to her. Then, I proceed to the kitchen to prepare our dinner. I first prepare my daughter's favorite hamburger and fries, followed by my simple meal of meat, veggies, and rice. Lastly, I prepare a bland bowl of porridge, in case someone gets hungry. Then we eat. We sit together in the dining room, and we eat together and share more about our day. Finally, after we eat, I do the dishes. I clean and clean and clean, and ensure everything is spotless. You might imagine that after I have done so much, it is now time for me to rest. But that's not right. I have one last thing to do. I grab the bowl of porridge and proceed to the backyard. I walk quickly and purposefully to the shed at the back, then open the dog door. I quietly insert the bowl into the shed. Hello, your food is here. Consume it quickly, then push it back out. It's not much, but whatever, I muttered softly as I knocked the door. Immediately comes a series of crying from the other side of the door. I block out the noise, smile to myself, then walk back to the house. And that's my last job of the day. I decide to go spend some time with my daughter in her room. As I walk in, I see her face light up at the sight of me. Dad, you know the bully at school. He already hasn't been in school for a whole week. I'm starting to think that he's never coming back. I'm so happy. She shouts in glee. I smile at her joy, and reply, that's wonderful. Remember not to go into the shed, alright? There's lots of dangerous equipment there. My daughter nods and continues snuggling in my arms. I think, don't worry, child, I've taken care of him for you. You'll never ever be hurt by him again. I'll protect you, my beautiful girl. See? I am a loving, kind, helpful and selfless father. I am a good person. And no one is allowed to hurt my daughter. Baby Monitor. Submitted by Spookbook. Baby Monitor. I was about 6 months old and a relatively loud, whiny baby. Not proud to admit it, but what can you do about it when you're that young? After being born, my family moved into my granddad's house as it was financially better for us to have a roof over our head and all to live together for the short term. All together was myself, my mother, father and granddad. I'm now 27 just to try and put a time and date of when this happened. The house is a big, 1800 Victorian house with 4 levels. It has a creepy history, and the story goes that my granddad bought the house from a doctor/surgeon, who would often bring his work back home and have procedures inside the house. As we all know, not all are successful in one of the rooms. Now I've moved out, I've discovered which one was the morgue. For once, it was only just me and my mom in the house as everyone was out for work, or so I thought. She was going about her daily chores whilst having to look after a 6-month-old baby. I had just been taken out of the bath and carried to my crib, being placed on the bed to be dried with a towel gently wrapped about me. My mom could smell the cooking start to burn as she had forgot she had put on a small pizza earlier on that day. In a panic, She made her way to the kitchen, which was on the other side of the house but on the same floor, whilst grabbing a baby monitor on her travels. Finally pulling the toasted remains of the pizza out of the oven, she could hear my cries through the monitor, as she would expect. Who would like to be slightly wet laying on a bed? Who can blame me? All of a sudden the atmosphere in the house suddenly changed, and what my mum heard next still sends shivers down our spines of the family to this day. As my mum recalls, she heard a soft but faint voice of an older woman trying to shh me to sleep. In the way of what you would expect from an older relative, say, grandparent. My mum at first thought it was some interference, but when she started to hear my cries turn into silence, she panicked, and like any other mother would do, she dropped the burnt pizza and ran as fast as she could to the room I was laying. I am now tucked up in my cot, a blanket pulled at neck level as if somebody had physically moved me into a sleeping position. My mum rang the police in a panic, and they had arrived within 20 minutes, searching the house from top to bottom and no sign of any break-in. The police officers could tell by Mum's expression that this was no joke, but after trying to calm the situation, they left, and it was just me, my mum, and whatever the presence was still remaining inside the house. This is just one of a few stories involving the old woman in the Victorian house. Can someone please try to decipher this phone conversation that happened moments before a murder? Submitted by A Floridian. This strange conversation between what seems to be a woman and her grandson was found on a mobile phone in an investigation I worked on a while back. I am a homicide detective, and the case details I cannot share on this platform. The case is closed, but I am still trying to get answers on what was really going on here. The speech-to-text transcription of the call is provided here. Dial tone. Male voice, hello? Grandma? You alright? Woman, redacted, are you there, honey? Male voice, yeah, how are you doing? Is everything okay? It's pretty late. Woman, oh, sure. Everything's fine. I was just checking in on you, honey. Male voice, are you sure? You sound sick. Check your temperature, you might have a fever. Woman, oh, I already did, and everything seems normal. I'm just wondering if it's something I ate, honey. To be honest, I guess I do feel a little under the weather today, and my knees and ankles are hurtin'. Male voice, you took your meds? Woman, honey, I'm 84 years old, but I still remember my damn medicine. I don't got Alzheimer's yet. Male voice, chuckling, alright, grandma. Unintelligible. Male voice, what's that, grandma? Woman, eh? What, honey? Male voice, thought you said something. Woman, oh, just a fussin' at the cat, babe. Silence for 15 seconds. Woman, groans. Male voice, grandma? You okay? Woman, fine. Something broke loose. Male voice, what do you mean something broke loose? Woman, my ankle, honey, it's oozing and shit. Male voice, grandma, what happened? Woman, oh, thank you. No worries, dear, he's cleaning it up. Male voice, grandma, I'm on my way, alright? Did you hurt yourself? Woman, oh. Male voice, stay on the line, I'll be there in 10. You did take your medicine? Woman, Oh, hi there, sweetie. Male voice, grandma, I'm still here, everything okay? Woman, sluggish/sleepy sounding, yup. Oh, look. There's grandpa. He's right there in the doorway. Male voice, wha? Grandpa? What do you mean, grandma? Woman, yeah, come on over here baby, sit down next to me. Male voice, is there someone there, grandma? Woman, yeah, babe, it's grandpa. He's in the doorway, he won't come sit with me. Male voice, it's not grandpa. Hang on. I'm calling the police. Stay on the line. A second call to 911 was made on the phone at about this time. Woman, police? Why? Hey grandpa. Come over baby, you didn't tell me you were gonna visit. Male voice, stay put, grandma, the cops are on the way, and so am I. Woman, sobbing, no grandpa. Please don't go. Male voice, hang on. I'm almost there. Woman, we were gonna play his favorite games. Catch the snake, climb the walls. Silence. Woman, oh you've got to help me. He's biting me. He's biting my ankle. Deadly venom. Male voice, I'm pulling in. Hang on. Woman, oh, the pus. Grandpa stop. Stop. This was followed by a shrill scream, A bang, and the phone cut off. When the police arrived, the woman in question had died due to loss of blood from an ankle wound. No one was found. The man who made the call was not there, and neither was the supposed intruder. This is as much information that was allowed to be shared. I am trying to figure this out, and it baffles me, unlike any unsolved case I've investigated to this day. Edit, Autopsy Report. As I have stated before, there is very limited information that I can legally share with you all. I dug up the old autopsy report of the old woman. Her prints found that she was named Tabitha Matson. She was 78 years old at the time of death. This doesn't add up to what was said during the phone call. I wonder if something could have been done to her that mixed up her age perception. Her cause of death: blood loss from a lacerated left ankle. Wound made from teeth. No saliva. Her body did have traces of metoclopramide, digoxin, and high doses of pain medication. It just seemed to be the usual drugs for an old woman. The pain meds used for the wound. Here's the crime scene report while I'm at it. Victim fell to the floor and struggled for some time with attacker on left ankle, biting. There was spatters of blood on the couch beside her and pools of it on the floor where she was found. Tested to be her own. The entrance door had been tried with a key. The front of the key had broken off into the doorknob, obviously the grandson in a rush. Strangely enough, no prints were found of the grandson's, and there was no sign of where he could have gone after entering in such a hurry. Mobile iPhone found on the ground in the kitchen from which we traced the 911 call to. A second iPhone was found a few feet away from the victim's body, where we traced the original call to the first iPhone and were able to transcribe it. There was no sign of the supposed intruder. We hadn't much to go off of, and all the evidence was leading nowhere, so the case was closed and marked as unsolved. The woman had no living family members except for the unnamed grandson.